Hello everyone! Today we will create the strongest armor in the game, complete all the achievements of the Meteorite update, and also play as the alien class with full upgrades and the camper perk. And we will open an Obsidian chest and get something unique to solo beat the game. Let us go! We quickly gather coal and start with the base, take it back, and upgrade straight to level 2. It is also very important to build a map right at the start of the game. Let us pick up this little piece of coal that looks like a poop, and also a wolf pelt. We can wrap ourselves in it when it gets cold. Just kidding. Of course we will sell it and get something more interesting. By the way, it is very strange why the pelt trader has such weird prices. Why he does not ask for money, but instead takes such odd things. So, inside the chest, we find a revolver. Perfect. Why is a revolver lying in the toilet? Was someone trying to shoot themselves while sitting in the toilet? Very, very strange. Anyway, the pelt trader has not arrived yet, but he will come soon. So, for the first night, we go looting, because nothing can attack us. Our favorite girl, the deer, is sleeping. That is fine. Flowers will be useful to us. We can give them to her when she feels sad. Maybe then she will not eat us. Oh, a fuel canister. Matches are not toys for children, but for me it is fine to play, and we upgrade the map to level 3. So, little rabbit, stop right there, pelt, you will not escape. Great, we take your leg. It is a bit cruel, of course, to chop off a rabbit leg, but anyway, we get our good sack and also pick up an axe. I want to be a bit stronger. Now it's time for actual trade. Such an expensive trade. So, in the treehouse, what can be there? Usually some wild kids play there. It's unlikely there is anything bad. It would be cringe if something strange was lying there. Here we have a leather body, probably somebody's clothes. Now, about the chairs, interesting fact, they turn into 5 wood if we recycle them. Oh no, a wolf attacked us? It was really, really scary, to be honest. Such a loud sound. Giga Looser. With one smooth move, we deal with this silly little wolf. Now we go to open the chest. Here we have a bandage. Very nice. Bro, listen, we started really lucky and really cool. Look how many resources we already have. Let us build a bed. By the way, have you ever thought about why we need so many beds if we are just one player most of the time? Why do we build so many beds? Do we really sleep together with the children, freaky? That is a bit strange. So now we have a meteor shower. Pretty cool, by the way. Really beautiful. It is so bright, like night suddenly turned into day. But it is also very strange that not a single meteor fell on our base. It would be very ironic if it destroyed our base, like once every 4 days. Anyway, now we are going to deal with wolves to rescue the first child. And that is very, very simple, especially if we use the life hack where we stand on the roof. Remember that, guys? Write it down. Write it down. So here we pick up a revolver and the child directly. Thank God he did not despawn. Let us run and collect some meat. The main thing is not to eat it raw, otherwise it will taste bad. Let us cook some steaks. The main thing is not to overcook them, otherwise they will be dry and not tasty.
Oh no!
Oh, cultists want to attack us, I see. But we deal with them easily. Have you ever thought that it would be worth adding new entities that are stronger than these shooting cultists? For example, cultists with firearms or with some kind of automatic weapon, or even with a shotgun. That would be much more interesting because they could actually deal serious damage. Right now the strongest cultists only spawn in Stronghold level 4, and now we are already moving into the lava biome. We find a hell fortress. Wow, this is a really cool structure. There are many cultists here, and now it gets a little dangerous. If we go straight inside, most likely they will easily kill us, especially without armor before we have crafted it. But we shot them all down with ranged weapons and gathered bandages here. And in the chest we have, an inferno sack. Perfect. With it we can automatically cook food. This is simply an OP weapon. Bro, listen, we are really lucky. We almost just need the inferno sword and to collect meteorites. We will always be able to craft. So, I also found a forge, but there are too many crab walkers there. These crab walkers are very strong. I got scared and ran away. I think it is a little too early for us to go there. We should come later. Now, a playground. But there is nothing too interesting there. Just some resources and chests. Right now we are just in a regular looting process, bro, so... Oh, a rifle. That is actually pretty good. Very good. And some ammo, always useful. And you see, we have 20 slots in the bag, and that helps a lot. We reach level 5 campfire, very easy, and now mostly we just gather a lot of resources so that we can build our base and craft new items. This is all very cool, and I also really wanted to show you how to build auto-cooking here. Look, we set it up, it is just an OP structure, bro. This is incredible. Yes, who are you? A real trendy guy. Because we make a funnel out of blocks, and we get automatic cooking. The system is very easy. We just drop these storages around the cooking pot, and next to it we slap some garden beds where organic food will grow. And we get what you can call a gadget for cooking. So this game is turning into some kind of church meme, because we found another church, and then lightning zapped us. Not very pog, by the way. Looks like Zeus got tilted that we are looting these churches. But anyway, we clap these cringe cultists, and go to grab bandages inside. Oh, a giant sack. This is one of the giga best possible drops we could get. Let us go raid a stronghold right away, because I am honestly very hyped. Maybe we will get something else cool, like a chainsaw. A chainsaw would be giga useful for us. So, nothing sus here. We just raid all the floors. They were never hard, especially the third one. On the third floor, there are just a couple of cultists who could damage you, but if you peek from behind corners, they do 0. And as always, there are 2 chests here. In the first chest, we have kunai. Honestly, I think that is kinda lame. A different weapon would be way better, but diamonds are always drip. Okay, some ammo, a barn. Great, we farmed some ammunition here. We already have a rifle. Bro, look, now I will show you how to cook all this. Watch, bro, we just eat a lot of food in there, and everything works perfectly. Listen, not once have we been jumped by the crazy goat or the deer girl yet. Not even once. And we already have a gigalot of resources. Oh, let us trick these noobs. Hop. We ran past and climbed onto the tower while they did not see. They are such clowns. They do not see anything. And these we can just smack from behind. These cultists are really so cringe. And I am so 200 IQ. I think you, my bros, are also giga smart. And you vibe with the vids I make. So, let us see what chests are here. Yes, I looted a Giga mount in the lava region and went to rescue the second child. We quickly clap the wolves with our rifle because the rifle is super OP. We yeet down and pick up this tiny key. And inside, we find the squid kid chilling there. Pretty pog, pretty funny actually. Oh, a diamond. Not bad at all. Now a hospital. Listen, we are getting giga lucky with bandages. I think we will just be immortal in this game like some kind of god gamer. And a cake. What is a cake even doing in a locker here? It is really sus that someone put a cake in the hospital locker room. That is just full cringe. So now we return to the lava region, because there are still many hype things we have not explored. Here I decided to open the volcano. First to get the Inferno Sword, and second to get more gems so that later we can skip time when we reach the gem machine. Am I lucky or not, lightning keeps striking me non-stop. So we yeet all of them into the lava. Nothing complicated here. And yes, we got the Inferno Sword. Very pog. It will really help us because we swapped our sack for the giant sack, and now we can cook food just using our sword. Here we also get even more gems, so we looted quite a lot of useful loot in my opinion. And most importantly, we got 1 giga green gem, and with it, we will be able to craft the final level workbench. We crafted a bed already, but we still lack the workbench. And on the final workbench, we will be able to build the time machine. At this point, I decided to rescue the last child, because why delay finishing the game 100%? With our kunai, we can deal with the bear and finally save the last koala kid, otherwise he might feel left out. Without any delay, we quickly clap these bears. They could not even bite. We find this koala kid, poor little brother. And here is a golden chest. And imagine, inside the golden chest is a cultist. What a horror. Let us return to the lava region and yeet the koala kid there, because I wanted to test what happens. But unfortunately, he did not burn. He went through a lot. First he was walled in, then thrown into lava. But now he will live, everything will be fine with him. So, since we could not get rid of the koala kid, let us instead deal with the cultist king. I think he is such a sus boss. He is so easy. For example, the frog boss was a little harder, but this one is much, much weaker. We throw in the gems, and what do we get? A sphere appears, very pog, and then this silly king with a hole in his butt appears, but we just spam him with kunai, and we can simply laugh at him. He is just a total cringe, honestly. We could have literally clapped him with a regular spear. I just did not gather enough gems. I think he should be much harder. Much harder. And now it is time to go search the volcanoes, to see what we can find there. We will farm obsidian, because obsidian is the main part of the armor we are going to craft. And without obsidian, we cannot do anything. We gather gems, but mostly the yellow and obsidian gems are giga interesting. The red ones just fill space. They are like that classmate who simply agrees with everything the teacher says. We collected everything, and now we go back to the base, drop it all neatly on the shelves, and farm a little more obsidian. Farming is quite a boring grind, but just like in life, if you spam a lot of time on one giga monotonous thing, you will eventually achieve some results. Now we are smashing obsidian to turn it into ingots. Before this, I did not even know how to turn it into ingots. I did not know how to smelt it. I tried to roast these raw chunks, and nothing worked. I had to sit in the morning on the internet and check how it is done. And only then I understood that first, you need to melt them in lava to get hot ingots. As you see, I am yeeting obsidian chunks into the lava so they smelt. And then I carry them to the nearest water source to cool them. As they say, cool it down in your own sus way. And we get 4 obsidian ingots. Bros, my recording cut here. Nothing got recorded. Sorry about that. Yes, I crafted the armor. It is a pity the most pog part was not recorded. I'm very, very sorry, guys. It's my fault. And in the chest, we got the obsidian hammer, Giga. That is all I needed. Now we are practically unkillable. We take very little damage, while we can clap enemies in the form of pulses with our boots. We deal with the cultists super ease, deleting the ranged units with pulses, because they cannot oppose our armor, which is literally OP. Still, I think the hammer, while funny because it helps to build up giga power, is a bit less cracked than the Inferno Sword, since the sword strikes much faster, and it is harder to whiff. So, what do we have in the loot room here? As usual, gems, diamonds, and a chest with a lot of diamonds, always 5 of them, sadly. I think they should add some randomizer. And here in the chest we find, oh, a chainsaw. Chainsaw, that is just drip. Oh no, it looks like they are trying to attack us, but we are not scared of this at all. We can tank more than 10 hits and nothing happens to us. Before, they could chunk more than 1/3 of our HP, but now they are totally helpless. The only thing missing is the obsidian chestplate. Unfortunately, on my island, no more meteorites have spawned, so I cannot craft another chestplate. They just do not respawn. So I decided to craft an upgrade for the chainsaw. And I crafted it. Here I found some small ruins. Inside these ruins, there was nothing very pog, except that I found a giga number of chests, which turned out to be quite useful. Oh, there was a funny moment. I got jumped and had to run away. Our deer bro scratched me super badly. It was a bit sus, honestly. I thought I would oof right there. I had to run fast. When I opened that same chest again, lightning clapped me. That chest must be cursed. What a nightmare. And we found an axe there, which we totally do not need. That is just blah blah cringe. Now we are heading to the 3rd level of the stronghold. This one will be a bit harder because the mob count has giga increased, and it is just what the heck. It was pretty nasty, because the units became much stronger. I was really worried that those blue clowns would spawn. But bro, listen bro, nothing terrible happened. I just peeked them from around the corner like a giga cowboy. Honestly, it felt like some Wild West game. I did not even feel like this was Roblox. It was really pog, I vibed a lot. But today the chainsaw feels kinda mid. I do not really need it anymore. But gems are always drip because they are needed for the game, for skipping time. And of course, the diamonds. I already want to buy myself a new class. Here I used my Giga Strat, where I placed a ton of spikes so the cultists would die quickly in them. This feels even stronger than my weapon. I think this should be called the new OP, not the Obsidian sword. And listen, here I also placed the time machine. Well bros, besides the fact that we are practically immortal because of our armor, we can now also skip time. This makes the whole game giga safe, because the only mobs that can clap us are the ones outside our base. As you can see, for example, this bear. But even he goes down in about 5 hits. Yes, 5 hits. He went down in 5 hits, can you imagine that? And the Mammoth, just think about it. The Mammoth, the most tanky unit in the game, that can in theory delete anyone at the start, went down in literally 11 hits. That is just pog. And it also dropped us such cracked meat. Look at how much stew we have farmed over the entire game. That is all from our Giga cooking system. It prepared an endless, enormous amount of meals. If we had built a small base around it, it would have been just unbelievable. And here, bros, look, we came and decided to make some ammo, because we can trade a giga amount of fuel for a giga amount of bullets, which is really drip. By the way, it is sus why the cultists buy bullets. Anyway, bros, we have practically finished the game. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.